Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me go ahead and hide this. Let me make sure that everything is running correctly over on the Book of Face and the Tube of You. Let me see. Okay, that looks good. All right, I think we're good. Let me just check one more place. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Looks good. Looks good. Have to do all of my tech checks. Otherwise, the times that I don't do my tech checks and then I find out that it's like not broadcasting at all, or you can't hear the audio or the video, and then I get very annoyed. Especially when I do like my impromptu card of the day videos and I go on and on for like 10 minutes only to find out that like nothing recorded. That's very annoying. It's very annoying and I don't want to do that. So I always want to do my tech checks. Anyway, welcome. And let me go ahead and upload our evergreen intro video, and then I will be back with introductions. And this I can take away. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. All right, I will be back in 20 seconds or so. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your host with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So on tonight's episode, we really don't have a set topic. Maybe I'll pull the card of the day from the Yuletide Tarot because I just haven't been able to get around to it today. Honestly, today has been a little bit of a weird, like, rest cycle kind of energy for me, where I did do some stuff. Like I did the Card Slingers recording with Jamie and Melissa, for an undisclosed topic. Not sure the date that episode is going to go up, but we did do one episode of recording. I considered doing an episode of my own standalone podcast, but I realized that I haven't been doing that for the last couple of months. I think the last episode that I did was talk about your readings in October, I believe, episode 44 of my own podcast. So you may want to go and check it out and check out past episodes of the podcast. But for some reason, I just haven't been doing it. That's not to say that I'm never going to do it again. It's just been kind of like a little bit of a timeout between podcast recordings for my own personal podcast. Don't know why that is. And then the rest of the day today, I've been watching episodes of Revenge. I'm into season 2 of my rewatch. I think it's like season 2, maybe the middle of season 2 I'm on, but rest assured, I have watched that show before. And I think this is my, I don't know, third rewatch. Might be only my second rewatch. No, it is my third rewatch because I think I ended up watching it with Mr. Tarot by Hilary. So yeah, this would be my third rewatch then. It's a big old soap opera set in the Hamptons. It's good. I like it. I like Emily Van Camp, who plays the main character. Um, Madeline Stowe's in it. You know, it's fun. It's fun, decadent, popcorny, don't think too deeply viewing. So, and it lasted for 4 seasons. So it's a relatively quick watch as well. I would recommend it. Anyway, but we do have our mainstays of the live stream. We have the astro-weather from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astrobiz Digest. Then we'll do the main topic of tonight's episode. Don't really have a main topic. I'll probably talk a little bit about the Yuletide Tarot, which we did the unboxing for last week. I've been really liking the Yuletide Tarot so far. And that is the deck of the month for card of the day pulls. Might talk a little bit about the tapping advent calendar that I've been doing over on my Instagram page for tapping by Hilary. So I might talk a little bit about that. Yesterday we did not have a tapping video, but I would encourage you, or I did encourage you that day, because of the Lover's card, to choose your own adventure, basically. So I will come back today and we're going to be doing a tapping on the Chariot. So, and then what else? Weekend forecast. Maybe mid-episode reading, if I'm feeling up to it. I'm just ready to eat dinner and like watch more episodes of Revenge, quite frankly, or go to bed early. I've just been like kind of in this weird rest cycle. Yeah. So Katie, you're loving the Yuletide Tarot too. Good. I'm glad that people are enjoying it. And apparently the Book of Face is not doing notifications again. Thankfully, Tube of You notifications work. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I think my third-party streaming app is having some trouble with the Book of Face and that integration. So it has nothing to do with me, and we'll just see if it irons it out. But so far, you know, like within like 10 minutes of starting to broadcast, I will get an alert saying the Book of Face has stopped your video because you're violating the terms of service. It's just like, I've been doing this for like the past 4 years, and I don't think anything that I do violates the terms of service, but okay, cool. But as far as I know, it doesn't actually stop the video. I mean, okay, sure, you can make a liar out of me this time around if you want to. But so far, I haven't seen those videos actually be stopped. You can find all of the replays for all of my live streams on both the Book of Face and the Tube of You. So, oh, see right there. I just got the pop-up now. Book of Face stopped your broadcast. You can learn more about their terms of service here and with a link. So yeah, that just happened, but I don't know if that's actually true or not, but whatever. And Katie says, my local streaming site has put up The West Wing. I've been drowning myself in that wordy series again. I've heard really good things about The West Wing. I never watched it myself. There's a couple of series that I do want to revisit, such as or series that I've never watched before. Specifically, I want to watch The Newsroom. I've heard so many good things about that show. And I've just been seeing like brief clips of it on the Talk of Tick. And I'm just like, oh, okay, this seems really interesting. I mean, just besides the whole premise of it, which is the oh gosh, I can't remember the actor's name. That's is it, do you remember the actor's name that was in The Newsroom?
Jeff Bridges?
I don't think it was Jeff Bridges. I think it was Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels, right? Like Dumb and Dumber Jeff Daniels? Yeah. Okay, Jeff Daniels. So yeah. So I've heard there's this clip that goes around about like the premise of the show basically is he becomes a pariah because he answers a question about like, what would you say to someone, you know, like why would you say to someone that like America's the greatest country? And then he basically like tells the truth and says, we're not the greatest country. And it's just like, and here's the reasons why. And he just like goes into this like huge tirade. Um and he basically becomes a pariah. Um and I think that like kickstarts the entire series. But it's a clip that got circulated quite a bit when the show was first starting out to kind of like promote the show, I guess. Um, and since then, I've been seeing more clips, not just about him, but also oh gosh, I can't remember the actress's name. But what is it? Olivia? I think it's Olivia Munn. Um, she was also on the show, and she's like, I mean, it's like a grand tradition of like journalistic reporting and like a love letter to true journalistic reporting and news anchors and stuff like that. So I've never seen it. I've never seen a single episode like in full. I've just seen little clips here and there, and now I want to watch it. So if anyone knows which streaming service has the newsroom, I would be more than willing to watch it. I'm not sure. But West Wing is also on my list too. Katie says it hasn't stopped the video so far. Have you reported that error to the broadcasting software? They were having they like give this pop up about like broadcasting to the Book of Face groups. So I don't know if that is the same error that's being experienced to business pages. I suspect it's probably related, but I believe they're aware of it and they're trying to work on it. So be it. Yeah. Referring to the newsroom, that sounds like an interesting series. Yeah, it's and it's also oh gosh, I think it's the same writer. I think it. I could be wrong. Is The West Wing also Aaron Sorkin? I think they're both written by Aaron Sorkin. I could be wrong. I think the same guy that did Sports Night. So if you like that aesthetic and the wordiness, like I think it's the same guy. So the thing with The West Wing is the stories intertwine and it keeps you on your toes to watch and follow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. So yeah. But then again, I love doing a comfort rewatch of things that I've seen a million times too, because it's like I know what's coming, and sometimes I can just jump around to different episodes that I particularly want to watch. Yeah, oh, good, I'm right. Aaron Sorkin, yes, yes. So if you like The West Wing, Katie, I think you would like The Newsroom, because if it's created by the same person or the writing is done by the same person, it's probably got some of the same sensibilities that you like in The West Wing, you're probably going to find in The Newsroom. And also Sports Night. I've never watched Sports Night. That's an older series. My ex was obsessed with that show, Sports Night. And for some reason or another, I just never got into it. And I should. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely sounds like my type of thing. I would recommend it. Because I have to watch it myself too. So all right. So let's do the astrology from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astro Biz Digest. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up that lower third there. I'm also trying not to be distracted by Mr. Tarot by Hilary playing the new expansion for Dreamlight Valley. So it's just like the TV screen is like right over there. So I'm like trying to pay attention to the streaming and be on top of that. But also I am very intrigued, but I'm also very annoyed because apparently you have to buy the expansion for each account that you have. And so originally I started playing it because I was able to play it on like my account that's set up on my husband's Xbox, and now we have to buy the expansion twice if we both want to play it. So I'm a little bit annoyed about that. Yes. Yeah, Katie, gamer teasing you the background. Yeah. I want to play it so bad. I'm so annoyed. And I don't think there's a way around it either. Yeah. So like the TV's there, Mr. Terror by Hilary is over there, and I'm in the center broadcasting. So anyway, let's do the AstroBiz Digest. Again, it's $99 for a year-long subscription. This is Teresa Reed's subscription service, astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my own personal life, doing other things. So even if you're not an entrepreneur or business owner, I think you would find things to like about the AstroBiz Digest. And as usual, I will give the overall transits that are happening, the main transits that are happening for the week, and then we will get into the details for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I want to tease this. I want to be able to give you just enough so that your interest is piqued by it, so you get a copy of the AstroBiz Digest for yourself. And I went ahead and I dropped the link to it in the chat. You may not be receiving that if you're watching on the Book of Face, but I've displayed it here on the screen, so at least you can see it, thetarotlady.com/AstroBiz Digest. But don't go there now, otherwise you're going to miss out. Okay, so let us see. I know that Mercury retrograde is coming up next week. I'm fairly certain about it. So we do need to keep our eyes and ears and, energies alert for Mercury retrograde. And if you are looking to do anything regarding technology, travel, or communication, you probably want to do those things this week, because next week we're going into Mercury retrograde, and that's generally not a great time to be making tech upgrades or doing fixes to your car or booking travel plans. So let me pull up the AstroBiz Digest on my phone. May I have some? Did you take which spread did you take out?
Port wine.
The port wine one? Yeah, Katie, you're absolutely right. Shadow Period brought out the scammers last week, and how that was a lot. I'm glad Dylan was here to help out with the moderation. Mm-hmm. Is that your favorite, or you like the garlic and herbs one better?
I like the book, but I figured you would rather have the garlic and herb later. I didn't know if you were going to be hungry while you were doing your thing. So
I'm hungry all the time. All righty. Okay, so few big things are happening this week, starting with Venus Mercury moving into Scorpio on the 4th. This is a sexy placement for the goddess of love, so be ready to zhuzh up your marketing with bold colors, top secret deals, and spicy content. Remember to add a bit of mystery to your PR. Keep them guessing and they'll keep buying. Venus leaves Scorpio for adventurous Sagittarius on December 29th. Creativity simmers once Neptune stations direct on the 6th. The past few months have been a rude reality check. Uh-huh. But now you can let your imagination soar. Your muses are ready to sing, and you can inspire the public with dreamy marketing and plenty of glitz. FYI, Mercury will station direct next week. Prep for that madness by backing up your tech gear. Don't get caught with your computer chips down. So I think that's a misprint. Mercury will station retrograde next week. Prep for the madness by backing up your tech gear. Don't get caught with your computer chips down. All right. So the details for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For Friday, today is fairly quiet, so you are free to network, connect, negotiate, and create. The evening finds the moon squared off with Pluto and void at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You better believe that I'm going to wrap up the live stream before then. This is best for rest. Don't push yourself or your point of view. Once the moon enters Scorpio at 10:35 p.m., mystery is in. This would be a fab weekend for secret sales and deals. Offer up something special for your VIPs and watch the sales come in. Today, Friday, December 8th, is a power day for Libra and a weekday for Aries. That might also be the reason why I'm feeling a little tired and a little like rest. All right. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is a mixed bag. You'll have a great spot for marketing at 9:24 a.m. when the moon is conjunct Venus. But the moon opposes Jupiter an hour later, which could put you in situations where people push your boundaries. Things clear once the moon sextiles Mercury at 12:46 p.m., a terrific aspect for newsletters and smart social media marketing. Then it all goes south for the rest of the weekend when Venus opposes Jupiter at 10:35 p.m., an aspect that creates a lazy vibe with a side of procrastination. It can also spell trouble for spending. The best plan is to keep on sending out the secret deals to your community, but get offline and rest. It's better that way. Both days are power days for Scorpio and weekdays for Taurus. So before we move on to, I think our main topic for tonight is probably just pulling the card of the day. Honestly, pulling the card of the day from the Yuletide Tarot and just like giving up the ghost. But before we do that, does anyone have any requests for Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday to see a little bit about what the Astro Biz Digest said about those days, in case you were having like a weird one on like Tuesday or whatever? I will take a look and I will let you know. I'm kind of curious about Thursday myself, because that was a weird one. Yesterday was a little bit weird. That's kind of funny. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense for Thursday. Capybara. 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 Oh, I want to play. All right. So Katie says Wednesday was messy for me. Okay. Wednesday, Neptune station direct. Suddenly we can dream of the future. Moon void, 8:50 a.m., which gives you the best excuse to slow your roll this morning. Strengthen partnerships. Take great care of clients when the moon enters Libra at 11:35 a.m. Plenty of things to keep you busy. Avoid meetings and marketing when the moon squares Mercury. Moon square Mercury, 11 p.m. Energy is argumentative and pushy. Meh. So do the do the time zone math and see if that lines up. Your messiness lines up to moon squaring Mercury. Um, Energy, argumentative, and pushy. That might have been it. Mm-hmm. Roll wasn't slowing. It was a big increasing mess. It was the late night energy. Mm-hmm. You better start gardening, buddy.
I gotta go back to the other island and sell off my stuff there.
Yep. Yes, pushy and a big sod. Mm-hmm. There you go. That was the astrology right there. So he's basically encouraging you to be a farmer, and he's a sharecropper. Yeah.
Word. Fucking Scrooge, of course.
So an extra bonus for you guys on the live stream is just hearing Mr. Tarot by Hilary bitch and moan about Dreamlight Valley. How much was that one? So you opened up the stall and you opened up the well? Okay. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear about that. Let's do the pull from the Yuletide Tarot. Oh, we'll still do the weekend reading, definitely. But this is different. This is something different. All right. Card of the day. What do we need to know for today? Oh, the Holly King. So Emperor energy. Okay. All right. Let's go to the guidebook. Okay. So the Holly King is the Emperor in this deck. This indicates structure, authority, and regulation. Deep in the darkness of winter, the Holly King reminds us of the persistent powers of nature and its ability to thrive even when the world around it appears quite dead. The Holly King's power is in his ability to guide and show us the way through the winter forests and toward a place of light. In doing so, we must be reliant on our own ability to be in control of our situations and lead with integrity and good intention. In winter, the holly acts as a beacon of hope and also dominance. It stands proud, its berries red and nurturing, and yet its sharp edges can prick at our sensibilities. The Holly King shows us how to navigate the forest using tools that are practical and pragmatic. Where the Matrona is feeling and instinctive, the Holly King is rational, logical, but also intuitive. If the Matrona is the doorway through which light, I'm pretty sure that's the Empress in this deck. Yeah, Matrona. If the Matrona is the doorway through which light and hope enter the world, the Holly window through which we see how that is manifested here on our planet and in our lives. He is a force of discernment that can see the forest for the trees. He also represents a constant battle between the forces of light, represented in popular mythology as the Oak King, and the essential forces of darkness that he embodies. So the divinatory meaning for this card is trust your own abilities to lead as well as be led, for power is not a one-way street. The most powerful thing you can do in this situation is to embrace the function of reciprocity. Say it 5 times fast. Reciprocity. Do not seek to dominate, but consider how your leadership abilities might inspire others to be leaders in their own rights. This is all about balance of power, not the demonstration of strength. A true leader delegates and appreciates those who help them achieve their collective goals. Your situation does not exist in a vacuum, and a true leader is someone who acts as a bridge that supports and enables others to cross the abyss. So that is our card of the day for today, Friday, December 8th, or whenever it comes up in your feed. I'm going to go ahead and do that a little bit later. Or at least we've got our card of the day. And let's see, what else? Talking about that leadership and control, we did do a tapping on that. The tapping advent calendar that I'm referring to is on my tapping Gram of Insta page, tapping by Hilary. So it's pretty easy to remember. I'm Tarot by Hilary. And for tapping, it's tapping by Hilary. So it's pretty easy to remember. So we did that tapping, and so far we have done tappings on the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. Yesterday, the Lovers was a self-guided tapping where I basically said, like, you're on your own for today. It's a choose your own adventure. And that's kind of what I tapped on as well in the shower, on the themes around like choosing your own adventure. Because to me, the Lovers card of the tarot, while it can be about sexy, sexy fun time and, you know, having fun with person right now instead of person right, or Mr. and Mrs. Right, you know, versus Mr. or Mrs. Right now. It can be about that. But moreover, I think of it as a choice, the fork in the road, where up until that point, the Fool has been meeting these different characters and interacting with those characters' energies. And when he comes to the Lovers, it's almost as if he's coming to the fork in the road. And now he has to exert some decision making as to which way to go to continue his path. And so some of the things that I tapped on yesterday on my own was about choosing my own adventure and those choices leading me to the life that I have. And also when in those moments where I've given up decision making, it's because I have wanted to not be responsible for the outcome of those decisions. And the way to be able to do that is to say, well, I didn't make the decision, so therefore I can't accept the outcome. You know, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that this outcome is what it is because I didn't get to make the decision. And in what ways have I been making those excuses? or allowing people to make decisions for me because I don't want to be responsible for said outcome. Very, very interesting tapping that I did on my own. Now, other things might have come up for you when doing a self-guided tapping on choosing your own adventure, but that's what happened to come up for me when I was working through that kind of tapping. So Katie says, I have to catch up on those tapping videos. On a tarot series makes it seem exciting. Enable us to break blocks associated with the energy of the card. Correct. And that's the reason why I did it. That's the reason why I started it, because I see the through lines. I see the power of combining tarot and tapping together. And that's part of the reason why I was attracted to tapping in the first place, was because the very first person that made tapping interesting for me was Gala Darling through her videos, her High Vibe Honey videos on the Tube of You. And she would pull 3 tarot cards. And then from those 3 tarot cards, she would distill the message that she thought the cards were trying to give us, and then do a tapping based upon that thematic through line that she saw in those cards. And I'm just like, oh my God, you can do that? And it's just like, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, of course you can do that. And so I want to be able to work with tarot in a similar way, because tarot can unearth a bunch of different things for us. And then once we know it, we can then intentionally work on those issues through a somatic practice like tapping. Oh, I'm curious about that too. I'd be interested in what the strength card does to me. There will be some others that I'm sure will sneak up on me. Yeah, I mean, like the Hierophant one that I did, holy crap. Like, I did not think that was going to be powerful. And most of these tappings that I've been doing in the Tapping Advent Calendar have been entirely downloaded in the moment, no script, just basically like working with what I know about that card, reading the description of the interpretation for that card from my book, How to Read Tarot, sometimes adding on to that description with interpretations from other decks. Like, for example, the Hierophant card, I looked at the interpretation from the Yuletide Tarot, and the Hierophant in that deck is Sinterklaas. And it just so happened that St. Nicholas's, which is the basic for Santa Claus, Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas's feast day was exactly on that date. I think it was December 6th. And that's when I was pulling that card, and that's when I was doing that tapping for the Hierophant. So I'm just like, oh, of course it would be this. So yeah. Also, the Emperor card, I'm thinking might catch me out too. Yeah. So some of these might catch out. That's the good part about tapping. And, honestly, I've been trying to reframe this whole tapping advent calendar as something that I'm doing for myself. And then if other people benefit from it, then good. Like, if it doesn't work for you, then it's just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry that it didn't work for you, but like, this is what's working for me. But if it's working for me and it also happens to help you, that's kind of what I'm going for with this. Because I've been a little bit disappointed that there's not been a lot of people really participating, at least when I've been doing it live. And I think I got more participants because I went live over on my main Gram of Insta page in order to encourage people to go onto my tapping page. And that's when I got a little bit more audience participation. But ultimately, and also I've been tapping on this too. It's just like, what is it about this particular thing that's bothering me? And I think that's part of it, that it's been bothering me that I haven't had the reaction that I wanted to have. But at the same time, these tappings have been helping me. So I think that's really what it's all about. And you're right, Katie. If it doesn't work for someone, it probably doesn't have an issue for them. Right. Exactly. Like tap on the things that you want to work through. And if you're not really having a lot of movement or you're not really feeling anything, it's just like, do you really have that issue? But I would encourage you to try it out. Yes. Or they aren't ready to face that issue yet. Yes, exactly. Exactly. All righty. So yeah, if you want to join me a little bit later after we do this this live stream for the tapping on the Chariot card, who knows? Who knows what it is that we're going to be tapping on? I have a suspicion that we're going to be tapping on like getting all of our ducks in a row so that we can gain forward momentum, which is typically what I like to talk about when the Chariot card comes up in a reading for a client. It's just like if you're going one direction in the other direction, guess what? You're going nowhere fast. So it's just like you have to gather up the momentum so that you can go in one direction. So the tapping might be on that, but I would encourage you to follow along. Tapping by Hilary is the page. And actually, let me pull that up and drop that into the chat so people have it. How many of the dolls have you found yet? Mm-hmm. How many of the dolls have you found it? Just one? Yeah, look in different places. Look on Dazzle Beach. So here is the link, Instagram.com/tapping by Hilary. Again, makes it pretty easy considering my main website and my main Instagram page is Tarot by Hilary. So it's just, a small tweak, Tapping by Hilary instead of Tarot by Hilary. Oh, thank you, Katie. I recommended it to some astrology friends just this week. Awesome. That's great. Love to hear it. All right, let me hydrate myself. All right. Okay. I guess we'll wrap up with the weekend forecast. I don't see any need to do the mid-episode reading tonight because quite frankly, it's kind of quiet. It's a kind of quiet night, and I don't feel like it. I mean, just trying to be honest here. I don't feel like it. So let's do a weekend forecast from. I think we're going to go with the Spirit Junkie. This one. And hello to V. Hello, hello, hello. So let's do the weekend forecast. And again, a reminder that I do this every week, Fridays, 6:30 or 6:45 or 6:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, depending on when I get home from therapy. So let me put up that crawler just to remind people. Yeah. And we talk about different metaphysical topics, talk about tarot, talk about tapping, we talk about, any suggested topics that you want me to cover. We can do that too. Last week we did the unboxing for the Yuletide Tarot, which is our deck of the month for card of the day pulls. And I'm pretty sure, do you want a little bit of a preview? I think the deck of the month for January is going to be the Witch Sister Tarot. So I got a bunch of decks and a bunch of decks from Llewellyn. So some of them are previews. Some of them are not out yet. And so, these are kind of like first glimpses. I didn't realize that Seaborn Kipper is not like out yet. I guess it's supposed to be out maybe in February, I think. But Seaborn Kipper was another thing that I got in the box from Llewellyn, and I believe who was it that was contacting me? I think one of the creators of the Seaborn Kipper contacted me and was just like, "Oh, awesome! You got an advanced copy. Like, thank you for showing it off." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So anyway, let's do the weekend forecast. From affirmation card from the Spirit Junkie affirmation deck. It's Gabby Bernstein with artwork by Michaela Ezra. All right. Aww. Actually, we're going to pull two because I like both of them, and it's my show. So the first one I pulled was, when I lead from a place of love, people respect me. When I lead from a place of love, people respect me. And the other one is, my genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. My genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. Kind of love that. Very nice. Thank you, Spirit Junkie. All right, that's it for tonight's episode. I know it was a short one. Yeah. Katie says that box of released tarot decks sounds so exciting. Yeah, I did. I think I did a quick mail call live on the gram of Insta when I got in that box. It was very exciting. Just like, ooh. Like, they sent it out to me really, really quickly. So thank you guys. Thank you, folks at Llewellyn, for sending out that box really, really quickly. I think it's going to coincide with us maybe doing more deck reviews, or book reviews on Card Slingers Coast to Coast. Especially if we have decks in common, which, I mean, most of us do. But sometimes we don't have like newer decks that are in common. But I think we fixed that issue because it's just like, hey, Hilary needs to get those decks. Like, hey, can you please send my fellow co-host a box of decks so that we can talk about them on our podcast, please and thank you. And they did, and so we're gonna. And in fact, I think it's the upcoming episode of Card Slingers Coast to Coast next Friday, I believe, is going to be last minute holiday gift ideas. So we talk about a metaphysical book, a deck, and an accessory. So we've got tons of suggestions for you guys. If you're still looking for gifts for people, and you know that they're witchy or occulty or new agey, we've got you covered. We've got plenty of suggestions. And yeah, Spirit Junkie is a fun deck. Kind and occasionally slapping. Today is kind. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think we all needed a little bit more of a gentler message this weekend, and so I'm glad that the Spirit Junkie deck accommodated us in that way. Sometimes we need to get our asses kicked, though. And I know everyone loves a good episode where the cards are coming for me. I know everyone enjoys that, so I'm kind of glad the cards are not coming for me. I appreciate that. So once again, I am. Let's turn off that crawler there. Let's turn off that crawler. Okay. So once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. I hope to see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, Friday at hopefully 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It might be 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'll be here. I'll be here, and I hope you are too. You're very, very welcome. You also have a wonderful weekend. Bye.